you. My name is Serene. I'll be very brief. I don't speak for a long time. Oh, they have a countdown screen here. Okay. I would like to thank Oceana for the invitation. I want to start with a little story of how this whole thing began. Hin Chung, Zhang Gehin Xin-sang, one day, he inboxed me and say, "What's your phone number?" And I was like, this must be a fraud. And then I texted my two friends, and they're like, yeah, I think that's him. And through hints, I contacted Oceana. It turns out Prestige, this magazine, really want to find me to be the cover of Women of Power 2024. And that's another fraud that I believed in. How come anyone would want me to be on the cover of a fashion and a very serious magazine? Why am I sabotaging myself in a sense? I shouldn't, because I deserve it. I am Dr. Leung. I graduated my doctorate degree in 2021, 22, I don't remember. And I went on to just keep on having a lot of shows, music industry endeavor. I'm sure not every one of you know who I am, and you would be wondering, why is this overdressed lady on stage? I'll keep this brief because I'll be performing. I think my main contribution tonight would be to sing or serenade, hello, in this nice mall that I frequent in shopping, and I'm sure a lot of you maybe sometimes do it too frequently, but yes, and now I'm here singing to my sales representatives, and I hope they don't give me a hard time for it later and text me. But yes, today my theme is tuning in with the self, a singer-songwriter's business journey. My first slide would just be about me and who I am. I'm more like a self-made singer-songwriter. I don't belong to any big company to start with, but I try to make my journey in music, everything I just do it up by my hands and with my producer friends. And I'm sure today's theme of my talk, tuning in with the self, if you can see the screen, there would just be me talking about the story of an ordinary young woman in her 30s now, but blooming and shining and still making her way, trying to make a difference in an industry that supposedly profit from a lot of female injustice. Like how people expect you to look a certain way, how people expect you to not age at all, how people expect you to just listen all the time. And that's fine, so be it, if that's your tactic of achieving any end that you want to achieve. But for me, someone who spent 4 or 5 years in a graduate school, I really wanted to make a difference. And I've been thinking about how I could make a difference. It's just to stay humble and to just act whatever roles that I'm given and I create. If you can see the slides, I'm not sure if the slide will be on there. Would be on there? Okay, next one, please. Yes, these are me. I look quite different every time I show up in different scenarios. Like in the middle, I opened a bookstore recently in Sek Thong Choi. I'm a scholarship sponsor of my alma mater, CUHK, and HKU subsequently, my graduate school. I am an academic. I'm slowly just evolving into just a singer-songwriter. And I see a lot of familiar faces here. Hi, Sonia, a lot of feminists, oh hi, a lot of feminist groups, a lot of famous actresses and art makers around. I wouldn't consider myself particularly interesting. I'm just a singer, but that's the beauty of it. I don't have to be exceptional to be respected. I don't have to be exceptional or rich to be considered fairly in this game of the industry. I can say no when people try to body shame me, when people try to put me in boxes. But I had to work so hard for it too. And as a woman in her 30s, I am slowly just trying to focus on my role of being like a daughter and a sister. Next slide, please. That would just be my speech about tuning in what? I might be just punning in my musician's journey. I have this theory: if I don't tune in with myself, the frequency of the world would affect me in such a way that I will lose my melody and tempo, and subsequently my temper too. For tuning in self, it doesn't have to be a self-help book concept. It can be just you listening to what you really want in quiet self-love moments, in quiet self-love moments that I did not understand when I was in my 20s. I was swayed by a lot of other frequencies around the world. I was asked to sing this song, perform that, take this job, do this and that. But I was very lucky to have a strong team of women supporters in my company. They encouraged me, you don't have to perform a certain way if you don't want to appear to be a people pleaser. You can grow, you can tune in with yourself. And that's how I slowly came to who I am today, and I'm still evolving. I'm very honored to be on the cover of Prestige Women of the Year, Women in Power, covered this year. And if you read the essay, it's basically everything I want to say. I ended my essay with a provocative, but a line that I really love, and I asked the writer to just include that verbatim in the article. And that is, I don't want any man to tell me how to write my music and how to be loved by the world. And I guess I did it. Look at you. Look at Landmark. Look at how we are supported. So, and next slide, please. Tuning in with the self. I don't want to be didactic. I don't usually speak like this. It's been a long while since I last taught in universities, but Rage in Peace, that's my new album, and that's what I've been trying to advocate to. Rage, do rage, even if you have to choose different ways of presenting it. And for this period of time in my life, I'm choosing Raging in Peace, as in how I perform too. I'll be singing for you in a bit, and I brought a string quartet with me. It's going to be fun. I chose this piece by Danny Chen, a legendary singer-songwriter too, and he performed in this very same location, different setting, different construction at that time. He sang this song, Yao Liu Nei, and I feel like this represents so much of what I want to say. Yao Liu Nei, Yao Liu Zige. And when you embrace love, when you embrace vulnerability, I think that's how you find happiness. And I hope my sharing isn't just another self-help encouragement thing that people toss upon you. And I myself, just an ordinary girl, ordinary music maker, I don't have to be spectacular to command respect. I can command respect because the society can evolve with me. And I feel like that's the most beautiful part of it. And I hope Hong Kong, Asia, and the world can evolve too and make this whole place, whole experience of living unforgettable for female, male, and all other genders in between. Thank you today, and congratulate to all the women in power today that gave us their insightful sharing, entrepreneurs, artists. A lot of you guys are extraordinary. And extraordinary or not, you are to be respected and loved. Thank you so much. I'll be welcoming, thank you. I'll be welcoming my musicians on stage in a bit.